Well, hello, I'm David Freeman with Is That Really in the Bible? You know, there's a spiritual song that we sometimes sing at church. It says, Father alone will know all about it. Father alone will understand why. Cheer up, my brother, live in the sunshine. We'll understand it all by and by. Now, I've got a problem with this song. My problem is this: I want answers now. I'm a fix-it man. I mean, I like fixing things, and I look for things that break, and I enjoy fixing things. And so I want answers now, not in the sweet by and by. Now, when we pray, do we expect answers? Why? Like, for example, why am I sick? Why am I broke? Why am I going through this trial? What does God want me to do? Lord, should I do this? Should I go here? Should I go right? Should I turn here? Which path should I take? You know, and do we really expect answers when we pray? And I have a real fear of living out, one's whole life without ever receiving an answer from God. And it's almost like a claustrophobic, trapped, inside this body without an answer. And which basically, without an answer means without hope, is what it boils down to. And so, this concept, well, one day out there, way out into the future, we'll understand it in the sweet by and by. We'll understand all these things that occur to you. No, I want answers right now. I want an answer right now. In the movie Lion King, Simba was, he's been living his life, however, and just according to his own whims and desire. And he hears the voice, I think it was his father, says, Simba, it is time. It's time for you to get it. It's time for you to get some answers. Now, my question is this: is anything too big for God? Is getting an answer into our minds too hard for God? Here's the creator of the universe, and who can create all things, and yet we can't get an answer. And so we resign our lives to, well, one day we'll understand it. One day in the sweet by and by we'll understand it. Now, the number one reason we don't get answers is the risk. I think the risk is just too great. It's sort of like that movie, A Few Good Men, where the colonel, the lawyer, he said, I want the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And the colonel says, you can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. I think a lot of times God would say that to us. I'd love to give you an answer to your problem, but you can't handle the truth. Now, there's another movie, Rigoletto, where Rigoletto is like a god of music, and this woman goes to his house because the woman thinks he's stealing her property or whatever. And the servant, opens the big solid wood door, and Rigoletto is sitting there in a seat beside the fireplace. And she walks through the big wood door, and you hear Rigoletto say, you may approach. You may approach. And I want you to imagine us walking up to the throne room of God, and God says, you may approach. And we go up to God and we say, God, I want answers. I want the truth. And God falls out of his seat laughing on the floor, What I'm talking about is this: facing God with humility. It takes humility to get answers. Yeah, God, I want answers. I want the truth, but there's about a 95% chance I won't be able to handle the truth.
Check us out on the web at isthatreallyinthebible.com.